So each user has their own notes, but if I refresh the page, I still briefly see the sign-in page. That's no good. Whether you see the sign-in page or not is based entirely on whether there is a UID in state. It does not actually have anything to do with whether you're logged into Firebase, just whether there's a UID in state. So what we could do is when we sign in, so in app.js handle auth, we add the UID to state. We could also add the UID to local storage. So local storage set item UID and set it to user.uid. Now if we do that, we want to make sure we also unset it when we sign out. So in sign out, or that calls handle unauth, which sets state UID back to null. So we could say local storage dot remove item UID. And then in component will mount, it starts listening for the auth state change from Firebase. We could also, while we're at it, load that UID from local storage, const UID equals local storage dot get item UID. And if it finds it, if there's anything there, we could go ahead and set state accordingly. Let's see what happens. I refresh the page. I no longer see the sign-in page because it happens that fast. This is not a security problem because our database won't let you read anything until you're signed in as that user anyway. So if you had a UID stored in local storage, you still could not actually read that person's notes. But you would get the notes component instead of the sign-in component until it hears back from the API and finds out that you're not logged in which case you will be kicked back out. But in the meantime, it will not have loaded the notes because our database rules will prevent that from happening. Make sense? So it just gets us in there quite a bit faster. And if you're signed out, it removes it from local storage. So if you refresh the page, it's not like you briefly see the logged in view and then the sign in view. You just see the right thing. So store UID in local storage to prevent flash of sign-in page. And that was the homework. Not so bad.